Some things that are Chinese in this video. This is Hypericum, a species I collected in Maoshan, the seed of. It's been beaten up by the rains, but the rains won't bother it since it can rain a lot in summer in China. It's got beautiful yellow flowers and attractive leaves that start out with a nice shade of red when they come out. It did have some significant twig dieback during the winter, but it just came right back and bloomed again. And behind it is a tiger lily grown from seed. I believe I got the seed from China, but I'm not sure, but they are native there. And we have the first flowers on anemone hupahensis, which is, this is Chinese stock. And they bloom, they're just like the cultivated ones, but they spread as usual. We had a regal lily that finished blooming, is making a little seed pod there. That was from seed from the Min Valley where they grow. We also have an abelia here, which I collected 2 seeds of and grew plants, and they're propagated by cutting. The seeds are really strange on this thing. It has cute little flowers that come all year, and it really has a flush in spring, but they come all the time. The seed is strange. It's a winged structure. I'll pull one off here, and we'll see what it looks like. Let me bring it over. There it is. It's that thing on the back, the green is the seed. The 2 wingy things at the top are what I guess helps it fly to a new place to grow. When that turns brown, the seed is ripe. And if you look carefully at the branches, you can see they're laden with seeds, although I don't have real problems with this reseeding. Behind there are 2 daphnes that are pink flowered, but the one in the back always has a little more dieback than the one in the front. They got hit hard enough this winter with the 2 severe drops to about 0 Fahrenheit or 5 Fahrenheit in one case. And that really took care of most of the flowers on them. In other years they flower and they make red berries. We also have another Daphne over here that comes from the Maoshan area in Sichuan. This is a yellow flowered one. I'm identifying it as Rosemarifolia, but I'm not going to swear by that. It's hard to tell from the flora of Western China what the heck it is. It does not make berries, it makes little tiny green things that drop and make babies. And it's been a good doer here. Occasionally you'll lose a plant, but they also make a lot of babies by dropping seeds. There's some seedlings right there in the ground. They come up the following year. And it's pretty nice. I know I have some people that have gotten some from me, and they've been growing in Pennsylvania, okay, from what I hear, in Long Island. So they're doing well, and they're cute, and they lack the Daphne fragrance, but they do flower all year long. I mean, all summer long, I should say, or growing season, which is nice and unusual for Daphne. We have some other stuff here too as well from other times I've been abroad. This is a Artemisia species from the top of Hehuanshan in Taiwan. I collected seed and grew this nice green Artemisia. It does die back in the winter, but it comes back, so it's pretty good. There's another one of those anemones behind there. And we have a Loropetalum in the front. They're Chinese, but this plant came from a friend in New Jersey. And while it lost a lot of leaves, it came back with very minimal twig dieback and had some purple flowers on it. I did not expect this to do as well as it did with those sharp freezes we had, and no additional protection for it. I tried to protect like the pink daphnes with garbage cans over them, but they suffered damage. This guy did not. So this is just a sample of some Chinese plants in the garden, and there will be a darker purple anemone appearing here soon. It's more on the other side, but it flowers a little later and isn't quite as vigorous as the lighter colored one. You'll find these growing all over Western China. There's also a spirea in here as well. I see it trying to come out this way with some foliage. I guess got a little bothered by some bugs, but it flowers with white flowers because I have it in another location. It's just typical white flowered spirea. But there's some nice plants here, and they probably need a little going through to cut back and thin a little bit or move, especially the anemone, because it runs as all of the anemone, the hybrid group of anemones, so Japonica anemones as they call them, or Japanese anemones, they all run, and the species hupahensis, which was used in their breeding, does the same. But they are pretty and they'll bloom a long time.